In 2023, agriculture industry faced several challenges that affected global stability and food security. These challenges include unpredictable weather, rising input costs, access to land, high capital, and several others. What does this indicate to us as farmers? It's a huge challenge for us this year, 2024. Welcome to Farm Smart Show with me, Chris Chitakahaman. Here in Farm Smart, we are going to be looking at forestry, focusing on nursery production, and we are going to be looking at different tree species. And with me here in Bombo Kalule is Mr. Chris, who's going to be educating us. So nice to meet you, Mr. Chris.
Yes, nice to meet you too.
Yes, briefly tell us about yourself.
My name is Christopher Marvin Tumusime. I am working with Trinity Forestry Services. I am leading the team, Trinity Forestry Services here in Bombo Kalule. So we produce here seedlings. We do a lot of other things. We do forest contracting, planting and establishing plantations, but also majorly today we are going to look at what we do here in nursery production, where we produce seedlings here and raise them to be ready for planting out there in the field. Okay. So we raise seedlings from zero to when it becomes a plant, and then you have it as a tree.
Okay.
Yes. So
agriculture is a big sector.
Yes.
Why did you focus on forestry?
I focused on forestry because forestry contributes highly to agriculture industry.
Yes.
Because when we have trees will contribute to the environment and make it good and safe for plants to grow. So with forestry, when we have good soils, when you have a good environment, when you have rain, and helps us to save, to also have climate change mitigation and all those that enable our environment to be well, that we can be able to do the agricultural production. But still also, in the many types like we shall see today that we produce, we have those types that we produce that can be planted with agricultural crops and contribute highly to their growth and performance.
Okay. So
yes.
Before you take us to the nursery bed, first of all, what do we start with?
What we start with, when whatever becomes a tree or a big tree, like the big trees you see, comes from a seed or starts from a seed. So we have those ones that we produce from, most of them are produced from seeds because each tree has a seed. But even those ones where we cannot afford to get the seeds available, or because of the deforestation that has happened and the degradation that has happened in the world, some seeds are not easy to get. So we have other methods that scientists have advanced, like the vegetative propagation methods, where you have seen the grafting, the ground layering, marketing, and all the other methods.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So which one works best? The seedlings or the vegetative method?
All of them work best, but the advantage with the vegetative method is that what you have produced grows much more faster than if it was coming from seed.
Okay.
Because it is identical to the mother, and its genes have grown well, so they grow very fast than if it was seed.
In your beautiful nursery bed, what do you use? Do you use seeds or you use vegetative method?
Here at Trinity Forestry Services, we use both of the methods, so it highly depends on what we are producing. Okay. So the different species and the different types determine what we are using. So for example, when you are producing the Myzopsis eminai, the Misizi, or we are producing the Misambia, or we are producing the Meria, Azandrach, and Volkensi, we choose the seedlings we use. So when we are producing clone eucalyptus, like the Grandis Europhoria, the Giyus, and the Grandis camadlensis, the Gisis, we then use the vegetative method. So it depends on what we are going to produce, that species that we are looking at to produce.
Okay, I've heard you've mentioned some. So how many do you have here at your nursery bed?
At this nursery bed, we are producing over 30 indigenous tree species. Wow. Of different types. So we are majorly producing indigenous trees or indigenous species, and those ones that contribute to agroforestry, and those ones that are used for timber, and those ones that are used for just authentic value or beautifying the place. Yes, and yes, yeah.
Okay. So after getting our seedlings, what next?
Yes, so I would first go back to the step of collecting the seed. So these seeds, we collect them from natural forests, majorly. We go out to the natural forests, those ones that we still have. Some of those in our localities, but some in far distances. For example, there are some that we collect from Bodongo, like the mahogany kaya anthotheca. We collect them from Bodongo. We have those ones that we collect locally from the communities that people have, for example, like the jackfruits, because the fruits are available in our community, like the misambias, some of those that are available. But those ones that we cannot get, we move as far as even to West Nile, to northern Uganda, and collect those seeds and produce them, depending on what we exactly need. Yeah, so after collecting the seed, we prepare the seed, and so we do seed preparation. There are various steps that happen in seed preparation, where we have to pre-treat the seed, soak it into the water, yes, store it properly, dry it in the sun, and all those that happen that we might not go into details now. And then we have the seedling, the seed that is ready for sowing. So then we go into the seed bed. We prepare a seed bed where we sow these seeds and water them or look after them for particular days to enable them germinate and become seedling. So when we, some seeds, different seeds have different days that they take to germinate. For example, if we are sowing this the melia as andrach, this one might take like, it takes around 7 or 8 days, and then it germinates, and then when it germinates, we can be able to prick it out or remove it and transplant it into the pots that we have, like we shall see down there.
Okay.
Yes. And then after preparing the seed bed, we prepare it well to ensure that the seedling we are going to sow there, the favorable conditions are available for it to germinate properly, by the way, and then we can be able to transplant it and then look after them inside the chamber, and then after we bring them outside for hardening off, and thereafter wait for them for a particular period until when they are ready to go out to the field for planting.
Slightly to take you back.
Yes.
Before even our planting pots,
Yes.
the type of soil that we have to use in our planting pots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in the planting pots, we collect top forest soil. Yes, we concentrate on top forest soil, because top forest soil has the nutrients that we require to allow these seedlings to grow well. So we collect the top forest soil, then mix it with sand, some little sand, or at a ratio of 3:1, and then we pot them into the pots and be able to have our pot which has those nutrients that will enable this seedling to grow for those 3 months or 4 months or 5 months. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now in these pots, do they have the same style of planting them, or like, because I'm seeing different trees, indigenous trees? So how do we plant them there?
Okay. So these pots, the seedlings, each type of tree has a different size of requirement, size of pot that it requires. So that's why when you look around, you will see that different seedlings are in different sizes of pots. So that depends on the type of seedling that we are going to put in. So all of them, the method, if it comes from seed, the method is prick them from the bed, and then we come and make sure we put it in the middle of the pot, and then put it in the middle of the pot, and ensure that it is okay. The roots have been placed in well. They can be able to grow out well, and then our seedling becomes healthy.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, can you just explain to us, according to what is available here, the stages? Yes.
Okay. Yes. So here we have, we can concentrate on these ones that we have. We have what we call the Melia azandrach, and then this one is called Melia volkensai. They look the same because they fall in the same family, but they are kind of different, especially on the growth, the way they grow. That's what differs them. So we have Melia azandrach and Melia volkensai. Then we have Spanthodia campanulata, or what they call the chifabakazi. Yes, in the local language. Okay. And then the other one, in the local language, people call it the giant leader, or others call it the Amelia. Yes. So those are the types that we have.
And then the other,
Yes, that's the same with the other one.
Okay.
Yes. So, for example, when we look at this Spanthodia campanulata or this Chifabakazi, at this stage, it is now ready. It was ready to be removed from the shade house. The shade house reduces the sunlight, the sun heat percentage. So the ones we use here, we use 75% cutoff, and then the other one is 85% cutoff. So there's different cutoff that we require for that seedling to grow well and be able to be taken outside for hardening off. So when they come here, they are in a form of like hardening off. After exceeding this stage, for example, if they reach around 20 centimeters, then we start reducing some things that we have been giving it.
That's in which period, like how long?
That takes, from now, it will take more 2 months. So far they are now 1 month old. So from when for the additional 2 months, for example, around in March, we shall now stop giving some things. We stop putting fertilizers. We reduce on the water we provide. We start now changing them and cutting off the roots that come out. So that form of hardening off is that we are preparing this plant for the garden. We are preparing it that when you take it in the field, it can be able to stand those conditions. Yes, so that's what we do. So in other words, at the nursery, we ensure that it is like you hear in nursery, like a nursery school. So it is caring for these seedlings. We take that maximum care on the seedling so that by the time it is planted out there, it is surely ready and firm to be able to survive.
Okay, is there any other care that you provide to these pods, besides cutting the roots when they are coming out? Is there any other care that you provide to them?
No, majorly it is the sorting them and grading them. For example, when you look at these, you will see that some of them are growing faster than the other ones. So that one, it is just about the gene and sometimes how it is situated, maybe its roots and how it is growing. So after some time, between now and March, we shall have to grade them, sort them and grade them. Now, those ones that are very small, we remove them and put them aside so that they can be also able to grow without competing with these ones that are fast growing. Then the other thing is about, there is nothing much, maybe watering them, applying fertilizers and all that, and then removing also the weeds, because we have a problem of weeds that come out. And so if you're not careful, sometimes some of the weeds mimic the seedling that you have planted in. Okay. So if you're not careful to remove them, you'll find that you are raising weeds, and yet the plant you want is instead dying out.
Okay.
Yes.
What else do we need to know about this nursery bed?
Yes. So about this nursery bed, the interesting part is that we chose to concentrate on indigenous trees, because many of the nursery beds produce seedlings of what we call more of commercial timber value. For example, what we have commonly is pine, Pinus caribea, or Pinus patula, or Pinus ocapa, and then we have also the grandis, the Eucalyptus grandis, which has the South Africa F1, South Africa F2, and all those, and then also grandis, the local eucalyptus. Yeah. So most of those nurseries have concentrated at producing that, and because it is what is readily available at the market. So here at Trinity Forestry Services, we chose to concentrate more on the indigenous trees, because we are looking at restoring the ecosystem. Okay. As we are doing this, we run it as a business, but also we run it in a way of promoting or encouraging tree planting or tree growing, but mostly on the indigenous. And then there is a secret that people haven't known yet, that indigenous seedlings instead grow faster. Some of them even grow faster than what we think. Yes, and people are avoiding to plant them because they think or have that perception that they take long to grow. But it is because no one has ever sat to look at them to see that the mahogany takes time to grow.
The good thing you're now here to explain.
Yes.
So how long do they take?
Some of them will take 5 years. Mahogany 7 years in favorable conditions. We have like these medias, those medias that will take 4 years actually, because like this one we have here, it is now yet to make 2 years, but you can see it is well grown. And if you're looking for firewood or you can cut it and use it for firewood. So most of them grow faster if they are provided the favorable conditions. That's why you require a technical person, or you require technical people like we do, to advise you on the favorable conditions that you are going to plant that particular seedling. So what we do out there, when we go to to an area and you want us to plant for you that area, we first of all usually take soil samples. Then we also assess on the environment and understand that micro environment, the microclimate zone, and then be able to understand the species we can plant there,
Okay.
and if it can favorably grow in that area. Yes, so that's why we concentrate on the indigenous trees, because they provide good timber, they have high value, they absorb a lot of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and all that, so they can help us in restoring our ecosystems.
Okay.
Yes.
So now let me ask you something.
Yes.
Why is it that these are not in greenhouses?
Okay. Yes. So these seedlings, that's why we keep them inside there for a short while, because they must be hardened. When we go to plant them out there, we don't plant them in greenhouses. We plant them in this open environment. So that's why we have to prepare them for a lot of time to this harsh environment, because a seedling that will not survive here would not even have survived in the field.
Okay.
So we put them here to expose them in that environment, as we take care of it every day, every morning, every time.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so just briefly talk about that type, this type, this type.
Okay. Okay. Yes. There we have different types. We have Senna, Senna guineens, or Senna spectabilis. We have those ones. We have the cassia. Then we have this one which is called the cactus. The cactus is what they call engabo ya kabaka. Yes. And then we have Enkoma Mawanga. Enkoma Mawanga. We also have that one. Then we do some fruits which are like pawpaws, those of the common fruits that people would require to plant. For example, yes, you have pawpaws, we have guavas, we have these mangoes, we have avocados, we have cashew nuts, these are some small plants that you plant to scare away snakes. So we have this lily, we have jackfruit, we have citrus, or those are the categories of the oranges and the lemons. Then we also have the passion fruits. Then we have the misambias, which is the macamia lutea I've been talking about. We have the albizia, coriarias, or what they call the migavu. Then we have the Myzopsis seminae, what they call the misambias. We have the K apples. We have this is also still cassia spectabilis. And then also this is misambia. Then we have some palms. So these are the ones that we have that not necessarily indigenous. It's just to plant them. For example, if you want to have a mixed forest or a mixed area, or sometimes at the compound or where staff are staying, so you have to plant some of those ones. We have many others down there, but now we can proceed and get into the shade houses and be able to see what is there.
So as we proceed to the greenhouses,
Yes.
so after planting here,
Yes.
do we have to remove them at the same time, or each will move at different time?
Yes, each of them moves at a different time, because different types take different times to grow or to mature. So they all don't have, so that's why we must, whatever we plant, we must have enough understanding about it and know that this is the time of period that it takes to mature or to be ready to move outside. Some of them delay inside, some of them quickly move outside quickly. So it depends on that particular type of seedling that we are looking at.
Okay.
Yes. Now we can look at the seedlings in the nursery, inside the shade house. So these are the shade houses that we've been talking about, and the different shade houses have different cut-off percentages, like we've been talking. So we have the other shed house. It has a different cutoff percentage, and we have this one. So when you enter inside here, you can feel that we have a unique environment, a different environment, and from that one that is outside there.
Okay.
Yes. So when we are inside here, the light intensity is cut off, and then also the heat intensity is also cut off. So that's what we mean when we talk about the cut-off percentages. Yes. So seedlings inside here are provided with that conducive environment for them to grow. So here we don't put in seed beds because seed beds require different conditions from when it has germinated. So after germinating from outside there where we shall see the seed beds up there, we bring them here with what we call pricking out. So the other seedling that they pick from the seed bed is brought inside here, and then holes are put into the polythene, into the potting bag, and then it's fixed inside properly to ensure that the roots are situated in well, and then it grows in well.
Prick as they put in the seed.
Yes, they prick and then put into a tin. The other one, which contains water, and then it is brought inside here, and then they are fixed into the other pot. So when they are fixed inside, they will grow, and after some time they will have to mature. We bring them before they open up properly, and then after it will grow like you can see these ones. Like you can see these ones. So this is Terminalia superba, or what they call the umbrella tree. And we also have another type called Terminalia brownia.
Okay.
It is also umbrella tree. So then they grow, and then when it establishes well, then it can be ready to be taken outside. Like you can see that is sorting. So we sort out because not all of them will survive. So some will survive, some will die inside. So when that's why we sort them and then take them outside, because now they've reached, for example, those ones, they've reached a stage of not being now into the shed house, because it will be providing a lot of comfort to them.
Okay.
And eventually they will die because of too much comfort.
So you need to take them out for hardening.
Yes, so we need to take them outside for hardening. Okay. So that's what is happening right now. And so in that process, it is also sorting and grading them. So when they are taken outside, they are graded. So that's why you will see different beds. Sometimes some of them have of the same types, but they are put in different places.
For our viewer to understand very well, where this starts from there, clicking, and then
Okay, we start from outside, from the seed beds.
from the seed bed.
Yes, like yes. Then we bring them inside here. So when we bring inside, the pots in the pot that does not have anything. For example, this, using a stick of that size of the seedling we are going to put in, we then fix in that seedling, and then we fix in oil, and then the other seedling with the roots is fixed inside, and then we farm a little bit, and then we have it ready now.
Okay.
Then we maintain it from here. We apply the fertilizers. For example, here we apply NPK and some more of some potassium to allow it to grow well and have that vigor. And then water it, keep on watering them. That's why you see most of them always when they're here, they are not very wet, but they are moist. And then after, when it gets ready, we then move it outside to the other process that we started with.
Okay.
Yes.
So any challenges faced here?
Yes, we have a lot of challenges, especially in the rainy season. We have a lot of challenges that many of them die. You can bring it outside from the seed bed when it is ready and prick it into these pots. But because of this too much coldness that happens and you cannot put it outside,
Yeah.
they die. So like previously, in the previous season, we've had many losses that we had here, that many of them died. And yet you have, you bought the seed sometimes, or you put in costs to collect the seed, and then it dies from the seed, from the pots here. So majorly those are the challenges, but also we have also other challenges of pests that attack, especially the snails. We have those snails, the nematodes, that come and attack. They hide into inside here. Then we also have some challenges sometimes of snakes, but we have repellents around. But a few small snakes that you find in the pots because of the cool condition, especially when you get into the dry season. Yes.
Out of illusion, because I'm seeing it's like on a slope. Eh?
Okay, yes. So we put this to reduce on in case it rains, because this thing, some rain passes through, that is mist. Yes. So we put these steps to reduce on the erosion, but also to make it workable. That when you have this step, you can be able to organize your seedlings well, and they sit well instead of putting them into a form that is tilting. So it is just some landscaping to enable us have it workable.
Okay.
Yes, yes. And then also it is also in form of also management. We know that this section, we are doing this section is having this section is having this.
Okay.
Yes.
How often do you spray them, like spraying?
With insecticides, we
Yeah.
don't use too much insecticides, especially when they are still here inside. But at least every month we ensure that we apply, especially insecticides for pests, flying pests, like if there are fruits, we have fruit flies that come. There we have some small snails that eat on the leaves, and some other insects that come inside. So we every month we ensure that we apply insecticide to chase them away.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
All right. Hope you're learning something from us. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and we shall be back to still learn more about forestry, management, and how do we get to see that mature tree. Let's take a quick commercial break. We shall be back.